Mario Party Star Rush. Easily one of the most underrated Mario Party games in the whole series, including the spin-offs, since it is a spin-off. Anyways, though, a lot of people don't like it because they call it generic, but I think it's a great game. The fact that you can have multiple players moving at the same time is a really novel idea, and the game makes great use of it. There are a lot of fun boards, which I've discussed already, but the minigames are pretty cool too. So I'm gonna rank all of them. Let's get into it. 53, Contour de Force. This isn't a luck minigame, but it's very close. You're hitting switches to move the contours, and you don't want them to land on you, otherwise you're getting picked. Like I said, it's not luck, I just don't like it. 52, Blow Battle. You use the microphone to move your, to blow your boat. I think that's what the description says, it's funny. There's some obstacles like moving cheeps, and some balls, but the problem with the minigame is that I feel like the microphone doesn't work. It might not be a 3DS problem, I just don't really know. Either way, I just don't like it too much, just because of that. 51, Goomba Guess. You see a bunch of goombas and goombas, and eventually they go into dark, so you can't tell the difference. So you have to select the right ones based on memory. I don't like it too much, it's a little too simple for my taste. 50, Bowser's Power Bomb. Some of the Bowser minigames are okay, including this one. In this one, he throws the bombs down at you, and if he gets hit, you fall off. That's pretty much it. Very simple. 49, A Cornucopia. Another very simple one. In this one, you have a bunch of goombas, and they're chasing at you and moving around while you try not to drop your acorns. It's simple, it works for what it is. 48, Bridgesaw Puzzle. You try to choose the correct bridgesaw pieces to go forward. It's not a bad idea for a minigame, I'm just not very good at it. To be honest, that's the main reason I don't like it. 47, Fruit or Foe. Another one that is kind of luck-based. In this one, you have to choose between several different houses. Some have a chain jump, others have fruit. It's luck-based, and besides that, it already goes on kind of long, so yeah. 46, Bowser's Fire Hazard. Another Bowser minigame. This one's a little better. The screen scrolls, and you have to try not to fall down from the blocks while the fire breath goes along. Not a bad idea, just simple. 45, Silver Lining. The coin minigames aren't bad, but some of them are better than others. This one isn't one of my favorites. You bounce around on some clouds and collect coins. You can also hit treasure chests to get open more coins. It works for what it is. Not much else to say. 44, Shooting Stars. You use your stylus to shoot the balls into the different holes. And if you get certain spots, you get a bonus. It's pretty cool, but if you're like me and you just shoot your balls really quickly, it kind of just goes on, and you probably won't win by doing that. 43, Dodge Fuzzy, Get Dizzy. A good idea for a minigame. You use the stylus to spin around the bottom screen, and you spin around a wheel while you try to avoid fuzzies, and you can stop it by tapping the screen. It's not bad, but because the layout is the same every time, that makes it kind of repetitive. 42, Piece of Cake. In this one, you see different slices of fruit, and you want to try to match the Shy Guide by memorizing where the different slices you can make are. Not a bad idea, and it does require a good amount of skill. 41, Corkscrew Climb. A simple one. You run around a tower and jump over some amps, but because the amps come very quickly, it can be hard to see them, and sometimes you'll just see other people get hit, and you'll be in the lead, but before you know it, you might get hit by another amp, and then you're in last. Yeah. 40, Mega Goomba's Bad Dream. Time for the boss minigames. In this one, you're collecting apples while Mega Goomba is sleeping. He does wake up eventually, but the first half, he's just sleeping. There's some Goombas moving around, and you can get more apples, although it makes you move slower. In the end, he chases a butterfly. I'm not kidding. It's alright. 39, Mega Bloopers Bayside Bop. In this one, Mega Blooper has you play a song, and he shows you a sort of picture of the different notes you'll be playing, while also showing the bloopers to show how fast the beach ball will land. It's not bad, but because it pretty much shows you the same thing you're going to do twice, I think that kind of makes it longer when it didn't need to be. 38, Lava Labyrinth. Another simple one, but it works for what it is. You can zoom out on a map, but you can also choose to have it zoomed in on you, and you're crossing throughout different paths while avoiding charvargs and magmargs to try to get to the chests. It's pretty cool because it doesn't really depend who gets there first, it's more about choosing the right chest, so it's alright. 37, Top It Off. This is another one of these quick match minigames. This one is pretty cool. as you get to see the bottom of a card and you want to try to match the top, and you want to be quick to find the button. It can be pretty tricky, honestly, and also fun. 36. Blockbusters. You shoot it at different colored blocks for your corresponding character. It's pretty easy for the most part. 35. Bowser's Fence Fury. This Bowser minigame is better than the others, because he feels a bit more intimidating. He hits the fences, he can go sideways or vertical, and you also get to see characters slammed into the screen whenever they get hit. 34. Kameks Card Tricks. This is another Star Rush minigame where it isn't bad for the boss, but the problem is that they don't really do much. In this one you see different cards, and it's pretty much a game of memory, but the Kamek cards make you lose points, and the farther back you go, the more points you get to hit Kamek with. But because he doesn't really do much most of the time, it kind of makes it a little boring. 33. Mega Dry Bones Femur Fever. This is a cool one, even if it is a little easy. So, Mega Dry Bones will throw around some bones, and you want to try ground pounding on these cannons, but there is a cool trick here where if you ground pound the right time, you can make it go you can make the cannon go faster by lighting it up. It's pretty cool, honestly, just for that alone. 32. Conveyor Meltdown. This is an alright one. You get to control the conveyor belt, but you want to match the mushrooms and golden mushrooms to the right spaces. It's okay. It's another coin minigame. 31. Bumper Bugs. A simple one, it works. Use your stylus to slide around on the screen, and you want to run into the flags, but also avoid the urchins. It's not bad. Works for what it is. 30. Greedy Eats. This is another quick-paced minigame, and I like it a lot, honestly. In this one, you have to choose certain cookies, but some plates will have more than others. Interestingly, though, you can also get all of the cookies off of one plate if no one else chooses the plate. So, it works. 29. Tiles and Tribulations. This is a pretty cool puzzle minigame. You want to move around the enemies to match 3 in a row, and getting the bombs to do that can clear out an entire row. I like these kind of treacherous space minigames. There are better ones in the game, but it's alright. 28. Cheep Reach. Another coin minigame. In this one, you can make a bigger glove to grab onto cheeps while avoiding urchins. You get coins from them, but the glove I think might be a bit slower when you make it bigger, so it's risk versus reward, which works pretty well. 27. One-Stop Toad Shop. This is, well, pretty much what you'd expect. You see different items and you gotta deliver them to the correct toads, but the thing that makes it tricky is that sometimes you'll overload on certain items and you have the wrong ones. It's a coin minigame, and I like how fast-paced it is. 26. King Bomb's Boom the Tat. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Anyways, in this one, you get bombs and you put them in the cannon and fire them in. It doesn't do much to attack, but he can make the bombs rain down on you and that can hit you. You also get bigger ones after a while. It's alright. 25. Petey Piranha Shell Smackdown. A pretty good boss because Petey Piranha does move around a lot, and he will hit you and spin into you. He will also crash down on the floor after jumping sometimes, which means some more shells can fall. And you also get bigger shells to throw at him. 24. Piranha Plantdemoni. A simple one that works. It's a minigame where you have to fire at different piranha plants, but you can also fire at the opponent on the other end. Another cool thing about the minigame is that there will be some gold piranha plants, and there's even a boss kind of one, if you can call it that has a lot of points. It's fun. 23. Steel Divers. Another coin minigame. Avoid the spike balls that fall into the water while you collect the coins. It's pretty fun. I like the aesthetic of just swimming around on this little submarine collecting coins. 22. Jump to Conclusion. A simple race minigame, but race minigames can actually be pretty fun. In this one, you have to jump over the piranha creepers' stems, I guess you call them. You can make bigger jumps and smaller jumps, but you want to be careful in the way you choose them. So you want to be quick, but smart about it. It works, just for that alone. 21. Fruit Parade. I kind of like these memorization minigames, but this one isn't really that, because you can use the stylus on the bottom of the screen to count the different fruits that the Shy Guys have. It's a pretty fun one, and although I wish you could do all the different fruits at once to choose the amount. 20. Rolls for Moles. A simple minigame, it works. I know I've said that a lot. In this one, you roll a ball to hit the moles, but you want to time it correctly to see how they jump out. Sometimes they'll move at once, and sometimes in groups. It's good. 19. Rolling Rumble. Another pretty good coin minigame. In this one, you hold down the A button, and you can go flying at the different enemies on the circus balls. You can make them fall off, but you want to be careful not to do that yourself. 18. Samurai Smackdown. This is a pretty cool 2D minigame. I think it kind of works. It feels like an old school kind of arcade game, maybe. You want to hit the different swoopers you see, and also goombas, I believe, but some bullet bills moves faster as well, and they give you red coins. Cool for the aesthetics and design alone. 17. Roller Revenge. Jump over the rolling spikes. It's pretty straightforward. You can punch other people, I believe, so that makes it a little more fun. And you also have to avoid spikes. 16. Pop Quiz. This is a pretty cool one. You want to memorize the way the different enemies move around because you don't know what you're going to be quizzed on, so it's pretty cool. 15. Goomba Gold Rush. Another solid coin minigame. In this one you see goombas coming along, and I really like the idea of just shooting the cannon through the Wild West. It has a cool aesthetic. There are also some gold goombas, I believe, and some bombs to get chain reactions. 14. Mega Monty Moles in the Hall. One of the better boss minigames. In this one, you want to find the correct Monty mole to hit him while the others will explode. It's pretty fun, and with so many allies, you'll have a bunch of people hitting him at once. 13. Jewel Janitors. Another cool one. In this one, you're using your vacuum, and you want to get the most amount of jewels in your end. But because the amps can also go into your end too, they might hit you. It's a pretty cool one, and it all depends on how you finish. It's cool. 12. Parkour War. And that's when you're collecting diamonds and bouncing on mushrooms. You want to get 3 of them when you get to the top. It can be a little tricky getting down because other players might be on their way up, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I like it. 11. Wheeling and Wiggling. This is a pretty cool one, although a bit short, I believe. And this one, you're trying to ram into other players' wiggler carts. Like I said, it's a bit short. Other than that, though, great idea. It works. Entering our top 10 with King Boo's Light Smite. This is a pretty cool one. You want to jump across moving platforms while avoiding peepas and falling to attack King Boo. There are different obstacles, and although I wish King Boo actually attacked instead of just floating there, it still is pretty cool, and I like how you can get bigger light boxes. 9. Leafboard Hoard. Easily one of the better coin minigames, because in this one, you get to move around on a leaf board, which is pretty creative. You also can collect coins and go through barrels like in Donkey Kong Country, which is pretty cool, honestly. 8. House of Boos. This one is obviously inspired by Pac-Man, but with the maze, the different colors, and the boos. For that alone, it's already pretty cool, but because it just works well for the idea, it makes a good minigame. 7. Bowser Jr.'s Pound for Pound. Honestly, one of the best boss minigames. In this one, you want to ground pound on the different spots. Now, there are a lot of blue ones, but the orange ones get you more points, but they're also closer to Junior, so risk versus reward. Junior will also punch you, and he'll also swing around his arms, and in the end, you can hit the button in the middle, and this is especially worth a lot of points, so you want to aim for that. It's a pretty fun one, and it just works well with a lot of the players, which you'll have in Toad Scramble. 6. Pinball Brawl. It's a coin minigame, and in this one, it's pinball, so that makes it fun already. You want to move the shells around using the different flippers, and you can have them hit the different bumpers, I guess you'd call them, while defeating enemies and collecting coins, and even matching up a slot machine. It's really fun. Honestly, my favorite coin minigame. 5. Haunted Hallways. Another simple one, but I think it just works really well. It's a maze minigame, which may not sound very fun, but you have different boos, and you can see the map on the bottom. And the fact that you can't see the other players that aren't in the same room as you always makes it a bit tense. To be honest, it's not very hard to win, but also there is a certain amount of confusion in where you're going. 4. Splat-a-stamp. This one makes really good use of the stylus. You use it to pull back on the swing shot with a paintball, and you wanna paint the enemy. I wish it was more than one round, but I also get that might make it a little long. Anyways, though, it's a great minigame. 3. Bowser's Shocking Slip Up. I like how there's a few Bowser boss minigames, and they all kind of relate to space in some way. And that's when you're moving around different platforms, and you can either get banana peels when you hit blocks, or, much more effective, you get lightning to hit Bowser. And then he transforms into this big robotic creature, which is pretty cool. 2. Bowser's Space Race. This might be one of the easier ones, but it can also be tricky. I know that's a bit confusing. Anyways, you can use one speed boost during the race, which is a little bit of a letdown, but other than that, it's a great minigame. You can move around and you want to avoid the different bombs, and with a lot of players it could be pretty tricky, and you can even get a Mega Mushroom at the end to get more points. So yeah, and number 1 is Bowser's Hit or Missile Mania. This is a pretty cool one. In this one, you want to build up kind of your missiles that you're going to shoot at Bowser, but he can also shoot missiles at you. So you want to use the shield at the right time, but also get enough points. It's a fun minigame. It works well. Thank you for watching. Mario Party Star Rush is a great game, and it was fun to make the video. Have a good day.